If Fry had never fallen into the cryogenic freezing pod, his frozen journey to the 31st century would never have happened. But as the timeline was disrupted, a space-time rift appeared behind Fry. Bender and the other crew members of Planet Express suddenly materialized out of nowhere and vanished in the blink of an eye. Fry was filled with confusion over this bizarre scene. When he got back to the pizza parlor, Hawking walked in right then to order a pizza. Fry took the chance to tell him about this weird experience. Hawking showed no change on the surface but was extremely flustered inside, leaving in a rush and even forgetting to take his pizza. That very night, Fry was attacked by a mysterious stranger. When he woke up, he was tightly bound all over. His attacker turned out to be the vice president, who said his duty was to uphold the continuity of temporal order. Since Fry had never traveled to the 31st century, the timeline would start to crumble. After explaining the cause, he led Fry to the place where the space-time rift first emerged. The rift opened again right then, and Bender had already gained the power to rewrite reality. The vice president ordered Fry to step into the freezing pod immediately. Fry had no choice but to comply, yet he made one request. He needed a weapon to defend himself after the jump. He took the mace handed to him, ready to sacrifice himself to save the world. But at the final moment, he got cold feet and smashed the freezing equipment on the spot. The timeline collapsed completely, and the space-time rift swallowed everyone present in an instant, then engulfed the entire building, the whole planet, and eventually the entire universe. At this point, the simulation of this parallel world came to an abrupt halt. The professor could not help grumbling that Hawking would never buy pizza in person. He bluntly remarked that this simulator was completely illogical and not half as useful as his own long fingers. The camera pulled back at this moment.
So that's what things would be like if I'd invented the thing longer.
It turned out the mastermind behind the whole farce was none other than the professor himself.